I cannot reach you Volume 2 review. If I asked you, would it change the way we are now? From Kakeru's point of view, his childhood friend Yamato is the cool, popular one. Girls keep confessing to him, leaving letters in his locker, bringing chocolates from him on Valentine's Day. But now Yamato seems to think that Kakeru might be going out with Akari-chan, the girl he met at karaoke. What do you think gets so awkward between them? How is it that Yamato ends up telling a co-worker in his part-time job that he has feelings for someone but they are unrequited? When even their school friends notice that they are reacting oddly around each other, how are they going to keep up this pretense that everything's just as before with their friendship? I Cannot Reach You paints a very convincing picture of a childhood friendship cracking under the strain of evolving into something else. Kakeru is convinced that Yamato is going to date a girl who's written him a love confession and is annoying with him for concealing what's happening. Yamato, in spite of his calm exterior, is entirely riven with insecurities, convincing that Kakeru won't understand if he tries to explain how he feels, so it's better to say nothing. Both are certain that speaking honestly about their feelings to the other risk breaking their friendship apart, as things can they never go back to the way they were before. Significantly, neither imagines what might happen if the other were to accept their feelings and confirm them. Both are riven with doubts and pessimistic about the eventual outcome of such a confession, but those feelings are growing stronger and it's getting far harder to deny their existence. And because they know each other so well, it's hard to keep up the pretense that everything's fine. Meanwhile, the pattern in school life continues. Midterms gloom. Kakeru panics as usual and is convinced he's going to fail. Things come to a head in a local mall. Yamato is out shopping with his younger sister, unaware that Kakeru is being dragged around the sales nearby by his older sister and is desperate to escape. When Kakeru begs his sister for some downtime, she relents and his attention is drawn to a display of plushies, who should appear but Akane-chan. The chatting away happily when Yamato spots them together. This book begins with Yamato's insecurities about Kakeru and Akane weighing on his mind, and now he's seeing exactly what he's being dreading. Or so he thinks. This is a really skillful piece of writing drawn by Mika, as she might times the switches between the various places and conversations in the mall to deliver the maximum impact in terms of developing the story. Yes, it's another slice of life and just an average shopping mall with ordinary teenagers in it, but it's also spot on in depicting the many anxieties that beset all in its turbulent time of life. It would make a brilliant musical. For extra stories complete this volume, which ends on a cliffhanger again, and all for, especially the alternate reality of what if story to my once friend if Yamato had amnesia, started to develop the issues with the earlier chapters. There's also an afterworld by Mika. As she'll also point out that there are plenty of lighter moments that it enliven the story. Mika draws some cute chibi panels, almost all Kakeru and airhead mode of course. Recently, US manga publishers have been bringing out a range of LGBT manga titles set in high school with a TR or OT rating recent. Recent outstanding titles include Koi Monogatari, love stories by Tagora Tora and Like Two Piece in a Pod by Goro Kanbei, as well as Sakasaki and Miyano from Seven Seas. It's very refreshing and CD is well written. Accessible BL manga appearing in English. Accessible because they're all about exploring feelings and not just about the physical side of sex, which will probably raise the age rating. Aldrong that's not to deny the importance of sex in a relationship, and so far, but we both men, and know we're both men, but I like you for who you are, and I'm not gay. I just happen to fall in love with you. All BL chestnuts cops out. Clauses haven't appeared. The series is still being translated for Yen Press by John Mitsuko Kash, with lettering by Alexis Eckerman. As in the first volume, this edition is enhanced by 4 attractive color pages at the beginning. I Cannot Reach You is a slow burn of a story, taking its time to depict the agonies of decision, jealousy, and self-doubt that both its protagonists are experiencing, as is the struggle that makes sense of the changing emotions. 9/10.